Hey, Haason, great to see you again. How easy or how difficult is it to evaluate the group that you're in, given that you guys are just running around in jerseys and shorts right now and you're not really playing football just yet? How tough is it to evaluate, and how good can you guys be from what you've seen if you can evaluate it?
It's really tough to evaluate because at the end of the day, like you said, we're running around in jerseys. This game is played in pads. Um, so of course nothing's full, full tackle or anything like that. Not even full contact. So everything is basically a technique standpoint, getting the technique down. But from the things that I have saw, there has been a lot of guys making plays. It's really encouraging. Um, to see guys still flying around, having fun. Uh, you just hope that it transfers over when we get the pads on. You want to see the guys that's making plays still be those same guys when the pads get on.
All right, we'll go to Will Pelagic, followed by Christian Onisert.
Hey, Hassan, obviously you have a lot of experience with Coach Rule. How is he similar to what you saw back in college, and how is he different?
Pretty much similar. You know, uh, coming back, I remember my first day in virtual when virtual meetings had started, hearing some of the same stuff that I heard when I was at Temple, and it's good to see because it's worked for him. As a coach and getting players to buy in to the process, getting players to understand and build a culture. It's worked for him. It worked at Temple, it worked at Baylor, and evidently that's how he got here. So why not continue to carry it? Not why not continue to bring it over with you? As far as the things that's different, uh, I want to say he's sort of a little bit more relaxed. At certain points he's a little bit calmer. And I think that's due to the fact that he understands that he's dealing with veteran players. He has veteran players and he has guys that's made it to he's now coaching guys that's on the highest level of football. It's different from college, coming into college from high school and trying to establish yourself an identity and things like that. It's some of that's here on a higher level, but this is the higher level. It is the NFL. It's top tier. So I feel like he's a little bit more calm or a little bit more relaxed. He's not so hard on the players like he was when he was in college.
Thank you.
Son, good to see you, man. Obviously, this time last year, we weren't doing any of this. Is there any sense of return to normalcy already? Are you thinking things are back to normal, at least on the field, or are they still a little off?
On the field, now that we're out here and we're practicing, and like you said, we weren't out here last year. Last year, we were pretty much doing it on our own. So to be out here, it is kind of like an OTA feel, and it feels good, man. It does feel good. It kind of feels strange after being able to have OTAs off, but to be here, especially for a guy like me who's here on a new team, so to be here and to be able to come in now and get to know the guys before training camp, before we get ready in the season, I can get ready to I can start building bonds with guys now, and start building my presence here on the team as a leader. So the fact that we're having OTAs, I think that's great.
Appreciate you.
All right, David Newton, please.
Hey, Hassan, David Newton, ESPN.com. Good to see you. I wanted to ask you, from what you've seen of Sam Darnold out there, what has impressed you the most about what he's done so far? What do you feel like he needs to work on, just from an edge rusher who wants to get to the quarterback?
What I've liked so far is Sam he's completing passes. And he looks like he's playing intelligent football. As far as the things he needs to work on, that I don't know. I am concerned with getting to him most of the time. And I'm not a quarterback coach. I'm not his position coach. And I don't play football on the offensive side of the ball. So whatever he has to work on, that would be between him and the coaches. But as far as things that I saw that I have liked, he's completing a lot of passes, and that's good to see.
And also want to ask you on the defense, just I know you can't talk about what you guys can do because you haven't been in pads, but just the overall talent around you right now, what's the potential?
not to sound cliche, but I do think the sky is the limit here, man. We have a lot of great young talented players, and we have some veteran players that has that's done a lot of great things in the league. So if we can get the veteran players, to show the younger guys how it's done, then we can bring, get the full potential out of the young guys, and they'll be big assets. I do believe we have a lot of young guys with a lot of talent who can be big assets. Just have to put it all together.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let's go to Vincent Richardson and Darren Gann.
Hey Haason, it's Vincent Richardson from the Riot Report. Some of the coaches have mentioned, as well as your ability to get after the pass rusher, that you also have the flexibility to drop into coverage at times, and we've seen that from Brian Burns last year, and the flexibility they have across the defense. I mean, Phil Snow talked about the ability to give multiple looks from effectively the same personnel groups. Could you talk about how that looks from a player's perspective when you're on the field, and the fact that you can slip into different roles from the same group?
I think as a player on defense, it's a great thing because now we're putting a lot of strain on the offense, Now they're trying to figure out when guys aren't in their usual positions, and now they see a guy who usually has his hand in the dirt or usually on the line of scrimmage, and now he's off the ball. You don't know if he's going to be covering. You don't know if he's blitzing, and the fact that we're going to show him everything is just going to keep, help us keep the offense guessing. And I think that's the best part about it. To be honest, is that we're going to cause some confusion, have a lot of guys doing things differently and making plays.
Haason, you mentioned how young this team was with so many guys, and how valuable is it this time of year to get to know like a Brian Burns as a person and to meet all these people and figure out what makes guys tick?
It's very important, right? Because they've been here, right? So I wasn't on the team last year. Last thing you want is a guy coming in and just trying to tell you what to do, or unless you're a young player who wants to be great, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard to just come in anywhere and just start giving out advice and start trying to take on. You need to build relationship with these guys and show these guys that they're able to look up to you as an example, or that they're able to come to you and talk to you for advice, whether it be on or off the field. You want to be able to show these things. So to be here now in person is a head start on that. Like I said earlier, I get to establish myself. I get to be around, laughing, joking, building the bond with these guys so that they know, okay, Haason, he's serious. He's serious about ball. He goes out there, he puts in the work. You can see it. And, hopefully I want to be like Haason, or I want to be better than Haason. So how can I pick his brain, and go to him and continue to get advice and things like that? I think it's a comfortability thing.
All right, we got a couple more here. Let's go to Steve Reed and Steve in Toronto.
Haason, some of the teams around the league didn't do these mini camps. Come about with you guys as players, obviously had full participation out there today, and how
we lost you a little bit there, Steve. If you're still here, let's take another shot at it, or we'll come back to you after we go to Steven.
Will that be? The second part of the question is, how excited are you to play opposite Brian Burns?
Hold on, I'm sorry. Can you go back to your first question? You had cut out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The first question was, a lot of teams around the league had not decided not to do mini camps. You guys did. How important is that, being a young team, that you guys are all together? The second part was playing opposite Brian Burns. How excited are you to do that?
For the first part of the question, it's very important. I feel like for the people, for the teams that didn't, especially guys, as you've seen in the off, free agency, a lot of different people went to a lot of different places this year, right? So the fact that, we have mini camp, it gives people like me, new to the team, new faces to the team, a chance to come in, get a head start on the, on the playbook, and also with bonding with teammates and coaches. For the teams that didn't do that, I think we have a head start on them, to be honest, because they'll be doing all of this in training camp while trying to learn football, where we're putting in the work now for several weeks, 4 or 5, however many weeks this has been. We have we have a jump start on that. And then as far as playing, opposite of Brian, man, I think that's it's special, man. When you look at the talent between me and him, it should be scary, and it's nothing to take lightly, and it's crazy because I look at him and I say, the edge. I feel like on the edge we're going to be good, but then you also look at the interior, man, and the talent that's there. So I would definitely be worried, if I was other offenses, because we got some guys that's going to go out there and get it. As a front seven and across the D line, we got some guys that's some dogs.
Hey Hassan, I wanted to ask you about your 5-sack game against the Giants last year. I know you had some ups and downs during your career in Arizona, and I remember that game, and I remember how emotional you were afterwards because of that having that individual performance, in Jersey, basically in your backyard. And that being kind of the culmination of your Cardinals career. Now, having done that and having had the season you had last year, what are some of your individual goals as you join the Panthers and move forward with this second opportunity?
Just to continue to build, my main goal is not to be complacent. A lot of people, whether it's in football or, life, just life in general, people have success and then they get complacent. This is what separates, the top people in the world from the people that's not, sorry to say. But people get it complacent in life. They have a little bit of success and they think it's okay to take off, to fall back off the gas pedal and things like that. For me, I just want to continue, I want to be better than I was last year. So if I have any goal, it's just to come in and be better than I was last year.
All right, we're coming up on time here, so I'll go ahead and give the last question to Elena Getzenberg at the Observer.
Thanks, Ryan. Hey, Hassan. I was curious, as you've kind of been learning this defense, how much of it is similar to what you did? Like, how much of it is familiar?
A lot of it is familiar. Some of it is plays that we ran when I was college and I was actually under Phil Snow. And then a lot of plays is just, it's kind of similar to, what I did in Arizona. And I think, that was the understanding behind me coming here. Roy and Snow, they know what they could do from a personal level. They've been around me. And then for what I also done at Arizona last year, I felt like they thought that I could come here and build off of that and help, like I said, continue to create that confusion and mismatches on defense for the offense. So it's a lot of it's familiar, some of it is new, but I like it. I really like where we're headed, and I really like the stuff that we have and have installed so far.